In 2014, shortly after buying my first Micro Four Thirds camera, I purchased a lens that would go on to be one of my favorite focal lengths to shoot with. It was a 20mm lens, but on my Micro Four Thirds camera, it turned out to be a 40mm equivalent on full frame. Fast forward to now, and I've been searching for that focal length to use on my full frame cameras, and I think that I finally found one that won't bankrupt you. TT Artisan have been a big supporter of my work for several years now, so I was stoked when they sent me this new L-mount lens to try out. From its solid construction, smooth focus ring, physical aperture dial, and autofocus capability, you'd think this lens would cost a lot more than $170. With any complaints that I have with this lens, I do want you to keep that price point in mind. You won't see any fancy focus charts or dissecting chromatic aberrations in this video. I like the image that this lens produces. Any flaws that it may have could be seen as an artistic element to your images. Expecting perfection is a lot for a lens at this price point, but one gripe that I do have is the minimum focusing distance. At 1.3 feet, you can't get super close with this lens, which is a bummer. The closest lens that you could compare this 40mm to would probably be the Sigma 45mm f2.8. If you were wondering which one is smaller, it's the TT Artisan 40mm, but just by a hair. Here's both of the lenses side by side. I found that the overall quality of the Sigma to be better than the TT Artisan, but the Sigma is about $280 more brand new. The TT Artisan autofocus does seem to be a tad slower than the Sigma, and the focus motors are audibly louder on the TT Artisan. 40mm is a pretty unique focal length. Most notably, it was used as the only lens in the movie 1917. This lens is just slightly tighter than the 35, but just not as tight as the 50, which I've always found to be a little too tight anyways. I've been wanting a fast autofocus lens that suits the size of my S9 ever since I got this camera. While the TT Artisan lens is still not technically a pancake, it's currently as close as you can get if you want autofocus. Again, the $170 price point puts this lens in the budget-friendly bracket for most of us. If you were into street photography, landscapes, or you wanted a nice talking head lens, I think 40mm is a great option for those applications. I love that cheaper autofocus lenses are becoming available for us L-mount users. So big shout out to TT Artisan for sending me this lens, and thanks to all my Patreon supporters. You can join for free by following the link below. Vai com Deus, and I'll see you next time. Bye.